Hi everyone, in today's video we will be learning the use of spectrophotometer in chemical analysis, and we will generate a standard curve using our standard solution of tartrazine that is used to determine the concentration value of an unknown. To do this, we will be using the SPEC 200 spectrophotometer to measure the absorbance of the known and unknown solution. Using the data, we will then generate a calibration curve graph of absorbance versus concentration. When you're ready to use the instrument, make sure there is no cuvette left behind from previous class. It will give you an instruction to remove cuvette, and then you're gonna press enter to start warming up the instrument. Once it's done warming up, we're gonna enter on the SPEC 200E modern interference. And then we're gonna go on live. We're gonna choose four numbers of STDs. That's for our standard curve, which is 100%, 75, 50, and 25%. That does not include our zero, which will be our deionized water. For the wavelengths, we're going to be using 425 nanometers, which is already known because it's tartrazine. And for the unit, we're just going to leave it as C, and then we're going to click go. So to auto zero, we will be using a deionized water, and then we have to make sure we don't overflow the cuvette, only fill 3/4, and always make sure to clean it using a Kim wipe, and wear your gloves so that you don't leave your fingerprints. So enter the cuvette facing the clear part so that the light does not get refracted. There should be an arrow too, so the arrow should face the light on the right side. And then we're gonna click zero to perform auto zero. Once we're done preparing our solutions to be used for our standard curve, and we have properly blanked using dry water, the next thing to do is start collecting measurements for our standards. We're going to start by collecting data for our 100% solution, so the original one that was not diluted. Always make sure to clean your cuvette using Kim wipes, and make sure there's no bubbles, and when you enter the cuvette, make sure the clear side of the cuvette is facing the light. Then we're gonna, for the 100%, we're gonna enter 1. And then we're gonna enter. So the absorbance is 0.68. The next one, we're gonna prepare the next standard, which is 75%. As you can see, I made my solutions using the 25 ml volumetric flask. Again, we're gonna fill our cuvette 3/4 and make sure we don't overflow or don't leave any bubbles. Always clean the cuvette using Kim wipes. And then enter. So the absorbance for the 75% is 0.50. We are going to do the same thing for the 50%. So we're going to enter 0.5. So I already cleaned out my cuvette. So the absorbance for this one is 0.34. And the last one for our standard curve is the 25%. But remember, we've done our last one, which is the unknown. So the last one is 0.12. So that's a perfect standard curve. It's straight, it's not making zigzag. So the last one is our unknown. Again, we're gonna fill our cuvette 3/4. Clean it using Kim wipe. Make sure there's no bubbles. Again, we're gonna make sure we enter the clear side of the cuvette facing the light. So this part is a little bit different. We're gonna go to measure sample and then enter. As you can see, the concentration of our unknown is 0.56 with an absorbance of 0.37.